Welcome to Bus Driver Life. My name is Kiwan. I am a bus driver. I've been driving for about 18 years. I drove school buses and now I currently drive transit buses in the Sacramento, California area. So during my career as a bus driver, I've driven in Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin, and the state of California. So I'm an American bus driver. I've always wondered, what is it like to drive buses in other countries? Like, do they deal with some of the same things, same challenges that bus drivers in the US deal with? So before I started my journey as a content creator, bus driver on YouTube, I searched and I found Double Decker Anton. He's one of the biggest bus driver YouTubers with over 30,000 subscribers. So I checked him out. He's a London bus driver. He typically drives double deckers. And watching some of his videos, I found out that we actually deal with a lot of the same things. So it's kind of cool that in another country, they deal with some of the same headaches that we deal with in America. So I wanted to react to one of Double Decker Anton's videos. He gave me permission to do a reaction where he's telling a story of the multiple times that he's been spat on. Let's check that out right now.
And I remember at the time, person who got on the bus was playing some loud music, and I asked them to turn it down, and they said, I don't think anybody minds. And then someone at the back said, well, I do. So somebody helped me out, a member of the public, which is quite rare, helped me out. So big thank you to whoever that was all them years ago. And that person didn't obviously like the fact that I think they were embarrassed in front of the whole bus. It was a long single decker bus, so instead of like half the seats that you see here, it was literally a long single decker bus which had loads of seats. I think it was like a 52-seater bus, and there was probably 30 to 40 people on. So the person was embarrassed, obviously, when I asked them to turn the music down. But it was really good that someone at the back said, you know, I mind, please can you turn it down? So that was really good. The person did spit at me when they got off the bus. And obviously at the time I didn't have any of these spit kits, didn't have any on me, and I wish I did, but nothing actually went on my clothing. It actually went on the screen here and just dribbled all the way down. So you know, I couldn't say see you in court or whatever, but I remember thinking at the time, that's not nice what happened. I didn't do anything wrong, I'm just trying to do my job. It's not nice that people play loud music in the bus, you know. It should be, you know, it's common sense. You don't, you know, you should know that on a public service vehicle you cannot play anything loud at all, or even talk loud, you know, talk or shout or whatever, you know.
So there you have it. Even in London, you have passengers that will spit on the bus driver if the bus driver makes them upset, even if all the bus driver is doing is their job. It's really sad.
You ain't lying.
It's so disrespectful and disgusting and degrading to spit on somebody.
You ain't lying.
Like, why would you do that? Another interesting thing he said was that a passenger actually stood up for him. And it's kind of rare that that happens. I mean, there are times where passengers will side with the bus driver, but a lot of times it's us against them. And it's really unfortunate because sometimes it's just like this power struggle and people just refuse to see it from the perspective of the bus driver. They're just like, I don't care what type of logic you use, I'm not going to agree with you, and we are going to bind together and fight the forces of evil in our minds, which is bus drivers. We're evil to people. We're villains. Okay, let's see what else Double Decker Anton has to say about his experiences being assaulted. When you spit on somebody, that's an assault. Let's check it. Well, in some places it is. If it's not considered an assault where you stay, let me know in the comments. I like to know. That'll be really interesting. But let's get back to Double Decker Anton right now.
Second incident, that happened about, what, 3 years ago, 2014. In the spring, I remember. And somebody boarded my bus, and it was a crazy guy. I've never had anyone like this since. In all my years of bus driving, this person had serious mental problems. Now obviously I'm in my cab, you know, just taking fares, you know, that's when I think we were still taking cash at the time.
I love how they have a totally enclosed cab area for the drivers.
And it happened in the London Bridge area. But I remember the person got on the bus and was just saying, drive the bus, drive the bus. He was just saying drive the bus, like, alright, are you going to pay with your Oyster card or what? You know, the communication was just strange.
I love how they have the fully enclosed cab area. Here in America, that is actually very rare. There are some transit systems that have a shield or they have a partial enclosure, but it's not full. let's continue listening to Double Decker Anton right
He's
now.
some kid or something. It was just so weird, you know? And I thought that this guy's very strange, you know. I'm going to have to probably get him off the bus. And then he said, Elephant and Castle. Elephant and Castle. I said, Elephant and Castle? I was thinking. I said, yes, I'm going Elephant and Castle, yes. So I'm thinking, right, I now know where he's going. He just needs to pay now. But again, he was just saying, drive the bus and, you know, walking up and down the bus. Drive the bus, and I mean really loud. I can't shout this loud because you'd be a bit upset. That's how loud it was. It was just upsetting.
It's crazy.
You know, drive the bus, and I thought,
I've had
is this
people
guy
yelling
going to pay?
on
It's
my
been
bus
about
before,
25 seconds.
plenty of times.
And then the guy did something miraculous. He got his Oyster card and just tapped in. He tapped in his Oyster card and walked down the bus. And I thought, wait a minute. He shouted at me like that with those words. I actually was saying some bad words, things about my mum. He doesn't know my mum, but he was just saying some weird stuff, you know, as people do. And then obviously he tapped in and he paid.
You can't talk about people's mothers. Come
And
on.
I don't know, maybe I just had this kind of rule in my head. I thought, you shouted at me like that, with those words, and you could have paid within the first few seconds. And it took him 25 seconds to do this. And I thought, no, he's getting off the bus. So I basically told him, you're going to have to get off the bus, mate, you know. Can't have it. He says, I'm not getting off the bus. And I said, yes you are, mate. Yes you are getting off the bus. Or I will call Code Red, which is obviously up there. I can press Code Red, which is the police. And he said, I ain't getting off.
Direct contact with the
And I
police.
said, look, I'm going to call the police. They're going to be here in the next, 5 minutes, and they're going to take you off the bus. You're going to be taken off the bus, and I am going to still be here on the bus. It's just not worth it, mate. I've seen it before. I just said that just so he could understand, if he could. Again, he went, no, I'm not getting off. I thought, this guy's a tough cookie. I said, anyway, I'm going to call him. I'm going to count to 5, and I'll call the police. So I went 5, 4, 3, 2, and as I got to 2, I was about to press Code Red. I was about to press Code Red. You know? Because obviously the police would turn up, the police would be turning up, you know? And basically, as I said, number 2, getting down to number 1, obviously at the time the doors were open, he literally just got off the bus. He got off, I thought, excellent, I've got a result. He got off the bus at last. So I thought, right, I'm going to close the back doors. So I thought, excellent, the back doors, you know, are closed, and it looked like he was walking very fast past the bus. Now, at the time, he actually looked like he was going fast. He walked straight onto my bus and very quickly came up onto the bus and started banging, swearing really violently, and through this hole here. And through this hole here, it was actually, the hole was bigger on this other bus I was driving. It wasn't as tight as it here, but through this hole, he spat. He went, "Pooh!" like that, and he spat right out, man. It went on my face, and quite a lot of it went on the ticket machine. I was shocked.
Disgusting.
I was really shocked. I thought, I can't believe he spat in my face. Spat in my face. And he just kind of walked off quickly. You know, he just really walked off quickly towards the Elephant and Castle area, you know. Anyway, I called the police, and I remember the time people said, oh, that's going to make us late again now. Because what had happened was I turned the engine off, you know, as obviously I was telling him I was going to call the police, and everyone else was complaining that's going to make us late again. And I found out from another passenger that the bus before me, the same service number, had actually gone past the stop and not picked up the passengers. I thought, oh, why didn't someone tell me? I would have been more understanding of why people were frustrated, but still the way that this man had treated me was badly. I thought, no, I'm not going to have this. So I'm glad I got him off the bus. I didn't even leave the cab. I was still in the cab the whole time.
It's very interesting. The passenger may have potentially been upset because of something that happened with another bus driver. A lot of times we'll catch heat because of an experience that somebody had with another bus driver on a different day, a different year. Like, it doesn't matter. That one bad experience with one bus driver can make somebody dislike all bus drivers. They think we're all the same if they have a bad experience. And sometimes that bad experience is just miscommunication, and it's not necessarily the bus driver being rude. It's somebody taking what they said as rude or not liking the fact that they have to follow the rules and the policies on the bus. But regardless of the bad experience that this person may have had with another bus driver, he had no right to get onto Anton's bus and talk crazy to him and talk crazy about his mom, who he didn't even know. And you know, it's just uncalled for. The disruptive behavior, a lot of times it just has to go. You never know how far a person will go with their disruption. They could turn violent, physical. So you have to really keep that stuff in mind. And I think it was the right thing to ask him to get off the bus. And as you can see, when he was asked to get off the bus, he turned violent because he spat on the bus driver. It feels weird saying spat. Spit? Is it spit? Spat? Spit? Wait. So it's just really interesting to know that these type of incidents happen all around the world. There's been quite a few here in America. Here's one in Columbus, Ohio. A man claiming he has coronavirus spits in Ohio bus driver's face, report says. That's crazy.
You ain't lying.
Another one says, Florida woman spits on bus driver after told to wear a mask. Here's another one. Man charged with urinating on StarTran bus, spitting on driver. A 65-year-old man was charged after he allegedly urinated on StarTran bus and spit on the driver last week. So bottom line, don't assault bus drivers, don't spit on them. Bus drivers don't spit on people. People just don't spit.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Anyway, I would like to give a major shout out to Double Decker Anton. He, along with London Decker Andre, Travel with Andre, they both reached out to me when I first started this channel. How long ago was that? That was back in 2019, September of 2019. I put out a video or two, a couple of short videos, and they reached out to me and they were both very supportive. So I appreciate them, and it's really cool to watch their content because I can see that America and London, we deal with some of the same things when we're driving a bus, good and bad. We deal with a lot of great things, a lot of great people, and we deal with some bad things and bad people as well. So it's really cool to have the connection from someone in a completely different country. Make sure you go check out Double Decker Anton. I'll have a link in the description to this video if you want to watch the whole video. Majority of you probably have seen it already because his channel is huge. My channel is very small, so you know, but if you haven't seen it, go check it out. He has some really great videos. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'm gonna go now.